Hello again, everyone. We are back in Cathedral Ward. We are continuing with the Bloodborne to Run series, and today I will show you how to get to Vicar Amelia if you bought the Hunter Chief Emblem in the hub world with the messenger. Now, one thing you'll note is there is one ladder in this area that it's quite hard to get to without having to clear out a mob. Be sure that you spin your souls or echoes before you attempt some of these runs. Some of these runs are kind of suicidal, and you definitely want to be sure that you can do the run without caring about losing your blood echoes. Every time I usually do a run, I'll go back, level up, spend my money, just make sure that whenever I do die attempting some of these runs, that I don't lose everything. On the plus side though, is since you can die quite a bit in this game without any negative consequences, getting used to these runs will also help familiarize yourself with the area to do them over and over and over without caring about dying. So without further ado, I will be taking you on the path after you bought the Hunter Chief Emblem. So you'll want to go left like we did to head to Old Yarnum, and instead of going left, we'll go right. Just avoid the two enemies in here. They're very slow. They really won't catch up to you at all. One thing you will note is there is a giant here. He will be patrolling if you come through here for the first time. He's asleep because it's nighttime for me. And you'll use the emblem here. Now after you use the emblem, you'll want to run through and hug to the left in this cemetery. The cemetery is great early on because you can pick up a good 5 to 6 insight skulls that you can use, and you'll want to drop down here immediately. When you drop down here, there's a couple enemies that you want to be aware of, but on the right is the problem. Bait the enemies, run them around, and then get in here and then run to the ladder immediately, and then just run up as fast as you can. Now this area is key in order to get behind some of the mobs to open up the other gate that will give you another more direct path to Vicar Amelia. And one thing you want to know is that there's actually 2 gates to open up here. One leads down to the other pathway, and the other one leads to the cemetery that we just came from. Now I'll show you the one to the cemetery first, as it's the closest one. You'll want to just drop down here onto this rooftop. Now be warned, there is a dog down here. You can just do a drop down attack, just take him out. He won't see it coming, but definitely take him out. You want to drop down, immediately go right, and you'll see this lever. Pull the lever and open the gate, but after you pull the lever, run around to the left over here to this other gate, and be sure to pull this lever. There is a stairway up there if you want to go get some loot, and I'll show you where this path leads back down to. Now, once you go down to these stairs, you'll notice that there's a couple of crows, and there's really not much in this area, but it will take you straight back to the Cathedral Ward lantern. Very easy stuff. Now one thing you also want to note is after you've opened up this path, you don't need to go left anymore. It's a lot faster to just go right. I find it easier in the long run too. So we will be going right back the way we came, all the way to Vicar Amelia this time. So come out and hug right, and you'll want to go right back up the stairs. Now these are the enemies that are in the other area that I talked about. Super slow, very dumb enemies. The only one of those enemies that you need to concern yourself with are the ones in front of Amelia's gate. They're the ones with the big sticks. Well, those are big sticks too, but even bigger than those. So you'll want to just keep running straight up. Don't diverge from the path or anything, just keep running. Nothing can really catch you in this path. Now there are 2 enemies on this stair that you just need to avoid, but if you run and just dip inside, they tend to stop at the gate. They don't really follow you any further. And then here is the boss fight for Vicar Amelia in the Grand Cathedral. Now the next video we'll be going over how to get here without buying the Hunter Chief Emblem. Now unfortunately, in order to get here, you will have to slay the blood-starved beast in Old Yarnum. It did not open up for me until I beat her. And there is a way to get through it, but it will take some practice. I died a few times taking the path, as it's very tricky getting through one of the areas. So stay tuned and keep an eye out.